Roaches, 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 yeah. Roaches, roaches, roaches. Roaches in your living room, so there's reasons why they judging you. They don't know what we've been through, but you gotta make it through. Roaches in your living room, reasons why they're judging you. They don't know what we've been through. I've been living in a land full of hatred, so the young people gotta stay patient. If we wear the mask like we Jason, it's money the mission, of course we're gonna chase it. We still ain't get what they owe us, dog. That's why we hit licks. We pour libation when we lose a soldier. Drip, drip, of course I'm gonna sip. Splitting Dutch masters like they're Haitians. I'm finna run the game, we ain't playing. I can't box with God, cause my arm's too short, but I might as well flex at the weigh-in. If you don't want smoke, then do not bring gas. Cause you could get smoked like a roach and then turn into ash. Cause there's roaches in your living room, reasons why they judging you. They don't know what we've been through, but you gotta make it through. Roaches in your living room, reasons why they judging you. They don't know what we've been through. See, I made it up from the jungle. Don't ever ask me to be humble, cause when there's pigs paid to protect and serve a dude, but they get bonus of hunting. I'm hungry, hungry hippo for the freedom I'm feasting. They can't deny me forever. When I get it, we eatin'. Everybody want the beef in the kitchen, they vegan. Sent to the creep if they creepin'. So chant the mantra. I just wanna see you live. Chant the mantra. I just wanna see you live. Cause there's roaches in your living room, so there's reasons why they judging you, and they don't know what we've been through, but you gotta make it through. That's a song about making it through. Yeah, buddy. Thank you so much. You're so polite. All right. Yeah. This one's a little bit more exciting, a tad bit more upbeat. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut y'all off. You could have kept it going. Let's bring it back. And this one, I just want you to think lively love. Love that embodies excitement. Yeah. And it's about black women, because I love black women. Shout out to black women. All black, sentinel, cynical, cause my soul's old. Glows gold, position and pivotal to the whole globe. Imagine a world where all women are goddesses, concept as solid as concrete or cotton. As common as graciously guiding the populace. One with the earth and two with the consciousness. Yah, she, mother of Eve. The womb of the universe. Baby, you are the queen. And I am the son of the solar supreme. So if I was your leader, would you rise with your king? Who's Ra, hoorah, I don't ask why you praise, but I give glory to the light and think last night for the day. I might pass a piece of gift to keep my peace in peace. We pray to keep you safe. I see the demons scheming, lurking through the haze, but they won't acknowledge who God is. And it's clear that they fear that she got us. As I give up praise to the goddess, I humble my heart just to guide us. I got us, don't worry. Young Pharaoh things. Young Pharaoh things, yeah. Young Pharaoh things, young Pharaoh things, young Pharaoh things. If the body's a vessel, then the soul has a megazord. Terrestrial temple, the soul is a signal. Supernovas will megamorph. Universal sentinel, sent to this body that you call a globe to better the whole. Just let it be known. Earth is the eye, as guardian to gnome. Don't. I gotta atone. Summer through space, or the blunt to the face. Searching for self through the vast onyx maze. Amazed by the image the mirror displays. We all are engraved where the star sign is signature. Contract celestial. Open the third eye, it's like a vestibule. Cause if the goddess got us, then let her rule, please. Yeah. Let her rule, please. Yeah. But wait. I think you might have missed the message. Your Wi-Fi disconnected. You on airplane mode, Jetson. Wait. I shouldn't be flying and texting. Wi-Fi disconnected. So I'm on airplane mode, Jetson. Wait. Young Pharaoh things. Young Pharaoh things, yeah. Young Pharaoh things, young Pharaoh things, young Pharaoh things. So that was the second piece. And I wanted to do an a cappella in the name of my love of writing. And so I'm going to do one of my favorite songs is called Comet. It'll be relatively quick. Shooting for the stars and moving like a comet. She barely even knows my fame. I barely even know her name. She asks, will I remember her, but only if she's worth it. See, this life is like a dream in a day. She looks hot from afar, but cold on the surface. Got me feeling like I'm floating in space. Shooting for the stars and moving like a comet. It seems the future path will be lined with broken dreams. Scenes that shatter promises, soundtracks of silent screams. A product of her environment, she never had a chance. She said life looked all good at first and then changed in a glance. She risked the realm of sanity, vacation, and romance. She was tricked since an infant. She was caught up in a trance, longing lifelong for someone to hold her hand in her solo song, partner in her dance. Propose a different pattern with the ring as big as Saturn. I caught her fishing for a future as bait in a local tavern. While Mike reckoned I might question where she's heading. She says she's blasting off again. A life of Star Trekking, shooting for a star and moving like a comet. She barely even knows my fame. I barely even know her name. She asks, will I remember her, but only if she's worth it. See, this life is like a dream in a day. She looks hot from afar, but cold on the surface. Got me feeling like I'm floating in space. Shooting for the stars and moving like a comet. When shorty comes around again, she's colder than the comet. And I'm a cheese and chief for burning reef for paying homage. Smoking an L about to take off like a rocket. I never caught a shooting star, but I will chase until I got it. Guiding every movement through that solar navigation. Crash landing with no planning. Houston caught the complication. Communication with the crew led to a solo voyage. I told a pilot posse the predicament was appointed. The atmosphere was crystal clear. Plenty of stars, but no comets near. I'm flying under the influence, been buzzed for like a light year. Blunt lit, sipping lick, blasted off beyond infinity, where I flew into the comet like she was meant for me. And now I'm feeling slightly buzzed, and I'm thinking, should she refuel on the comet fuel to trek the stars with an MC? Envy, because comets fly with a trajectory of trickery, and history predicts in the future where she is meant to be. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Aw, it's so sweet.
Tell me about your writing. The last two songs that you performed were about Black women or a relationship. Tell me what gets you into that space for writing.
So for me, writing has always been an escape from reality, a way to deal with reality, but also a way to observe reality. And my reality is very simple. I was raised by Black women. I've been loved by Black women my entire life. And so those last two songs are from, the last one is from a project called Ebony Eve. It is an audio landscape because I'm a visual person. So the music was created to imply stories that you could see, experiences that you may have had. And the second one, the middle one, Pharaoh Things, is actually from a newer project. And that's more about my self-identity in relation to Black women. Like, what do I owe Black women? What have they done for me? And being able to put that in a list, because I think, and I was taught by a Black woman, my mama, that listing things is a great way to express them. And so in writing, I always want to carry that with me.
I also hear like a cadence in your performances and a lot of alliteration and metaphors and things like that. So like, how do you get, like, what's your process like?
That's a good question. I started writing at like 13 years old in a teen poetry class. So my process started trying to prove myself. So I was like, I have to be better than everyone around me because I'm the youngest. I want to be so good. And through that, I've learned as you get better, you have to be self-assessing. And so alliteration, I'm glad you said that, is my favorite literary device. I'm like, the more you repeat sounds, the funkier it goes. And so that is a part of that. And the rhythm, that's just me wanting to get jiggy. I like to move. I like to dance. The first song is more like a calm call to action for people. And the last two are like, let's get active. Love should be an action. What makes you move more than good music?
And you said you were a visual person as well. I did see the roaches in my mind.
All over the living room. Yeah.
Right. What other messages do you hope people get from your music?
A large part of my music is the feeling that there is a way to tell your story in a way that no one has ever done. And I think my music shows that somebody from North Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, I spent none of my days because it was dangerous. that story can be told like a Fresh Prince story, or it can be told like a Black Thought story, or it can be told like an Aretha Franklin story. I'm telling it like a Matthew story, right? Like I'm taking these experiences and I'm telling you, I want you to take this journey with me. Every song I create is a journey that I've gone through. And the way I deliver it is to encourage people, but not to take away from the reality, right? She said a future path will be lined with broken dreams. Scenes of shattered promises, soundtracks of silent screams, right? That's that alliteration. But it's also, you feel that. Everyone has had a soundtrack of silent screams, right? There are things in your experience that you don't talk about that are so loud to you. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the song, it's Comet. She's hot from afar, but she's cold on the surface. That's not just for women. It's for everybody, because everybody can feel that way. It's just from my experience, you know?
Yeah.
And there's also songs in there that are very warm and loving. And so the whole project encompasses that. And for me, that's the beauty of being able to tell my story, because that's my perspective. I wish everybody would make music or write poetry or paint to tell their story.
What do you love most about writing?
I'm good at it. I get experiences through it, right? I've created a life for myself from it. And at the end of the day, there are things that I've written that are just for me. So it's multi-purposeful, it's impactful, and everybody gets something different. So maybe today somebody heard something that was like, wow, that really stuck with me. And it'll inspire them to inspire someone else, to inspire someone else. So that's my favorite part. I'm good at it, and it has a purpose that is bigger than me.
Awesome. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing yourself.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to shift gears a bit and hear from an activist. Come on up, Mazi. Hi. Here you go. Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us who you are and what you're doing, what you're up to.
Sure. Hi, my name is Mazi Aquila on Instagram, and I'm an environmental justice advocate and activist. I was born and raised in North Philly. I recently graduated from Brandeis University.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous. Which is in Massachusetts, right outside of Boston, with a degree in environmental studies and a concentration in climate policy.
Nice. That's really important right now in the world we live in. Tell me, how'd you get into finding that environmental justice was something that you love?
For sure. This might sound a little cliche, but it was from Instagram. So I remember when I was maybe 11 or 12 years old, I saw this meme that was kind of making fun of the fact that there's no trees in North Philly. And I took offense to that because at that time, me and my little sister, we lived across the street from Chalmers Park. And in that park, not only were there trees, but there was this area that when it would rain really hard, it would kind of turn into like a moat. We could climb up on this dirt mount. There would be dragonflies that would come and visit. So it really was offensive to me that people weren't seeing this beauty in my neighborhood that I was interacting with every day. Yeah. So that's kind of how I got started.
Okay. How did you change that?
For sure. So I think the question of how did I change it is continuous. It's ongoing. I think it started with me, one, recognizing that environmental justice is an issue, that is something that really manifests and is a thing. I think that initially I thought that it was through maybe civic engagement that I would find my voice. But then I was connected to this program called Women in Natural Sciences at the Academy of Natural Science, where I was kind of exposed to the fact that the environment is everything. It's everything that is around us. It's our everyday life, and that no matter what you do, you're impacted by it, and you impact it. So it kind of started with me learning that there were career fields in environmental science, learning that there are activists, women activists, particularly when I think about the origins of the environmental justice movement. And I think about the mothers who were just concerned about the high rates of asthma in their communities, and they came together to say something. And that's the journey I've been on for the last 5-6 years. And through college, I've had the opportunity to really kind of take action on all the things that I've learned. So through the People's Climate Innovation Center, I've made tangible investments in community gardens across this country.
Nice.
And other environmental and climate initiatives. I've also been working on a project that's continuous called Slowing Down Fast Fashion. So my grandmother, she came to Philly as a garment worker, She organized as a union organizer for garment workers. So fashion has been something that's been pivotal to my life. I learned how to sew at the local library when I was like 9 or 10. And the things that I would sew oftentimes were my own clothes to kind of fit in with the trends at the time, or repair the things that I knew my mom didn't have the money to buy new. So that's kind of how I learned this process of upcycling, and that's what I teach people how to do today. So 2 years ago, during the Lynette Bernstein Festival of the Arts at my school, I hosted a 3-day upcycling workshop where I taught students, faculty, staff members how to transform their wardrobes. And it really kind of cultivated a conversation about overconsumption and how do we really care for the things that we wear on our bodies. And, you know, going to a white, affluent college is a very different conversation. Mm-hmm. People didn't necessarily understand that the mending, the upcycling that I was doing came from a place of necessity. And now, since being back home in Philly and seeing the art that people wear on their bodies and seeing the influence of upcycling so prevalent, I see that this is now a time to bring that back, bring it back home. So in April, I'll be launching, part 2 of Slowing Down Fast Fashion right here in Philly. So I'll be bringing my expertise in upcycling and working with young people, pairing them with local artists and designers to bring together, Philly through fabric.
That's amazing.
Thank
Everybody
you.
clap for this. This is amazing.
Thank you so much.
So anyone watching this and they're like, oh my gosh, I had that idea. I wanted to change something that I've seen in my community for so long. What is like the first step?
Well, the first step, I think, is identifying your people, right? I want to reference back to one of my first organizing efforts here in Philly. Back in 2021, I had this back-to-school drive for college students who kind of were having additional barriers. So let's say you already got into college, but you need support with getting your dorm supplies or your books, right? And this was something that I was struggling with personally. And then I said, who else in my community might also be struggling with this issue? Mm-hmm. Who else is a brilliant mind who needs just a little bit more to get to that next step, get over that hump? So I found my people. I started talking to people that I went to school with, that I had been in these amazing youth programs with, that I met through youth shelters. I mean, I'm a system-impacted person, so I know people who are, for lack of a better term, in them streets, but are looking for better things. So identifying your people is really the first step. And then once you have the people power, leading them in the right direction.
Mazi, we are excited for April. Keep us informed of what's going on.
For sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Up next, we have another Mazi doing a little something different. How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
Good. Tell us who you are and what you're up to.
My name is Mazi Kasher. I am. What am I up to? Right now, I'm actually up to organizing the 30th anniversary commemoration of the Million Man March here in Philadelphia.
That's something huge. Clap, clap, clap.
So, as you can imagine, right, it is huge. A lot of people interested. A lot of people have ideas and beliefs and opinions about what that is supposed to be. And so we just been working to do our best to create a space for those who want to be involved at the organizational level, at a volunteer level, at a just get on stage level, to hear and kind of not vet, but, let the community vet everything that wants to be said and conveyed on that day.
Why are you taking this up?
Well, I was just listening to the young lady, and you asked a question about, what was it? What's the first step, or what do you do first? Something like that. And I answered in my head, and for me, the first thing is always let the desire be complete in you. So the desire to not let this day pass without recognition in a year where we counting down to 250 years of a framework that is very much not ideal for us and we are a majority of this city, and everybody in major positions of power come from our community. I thought it would be a shame to let this moment get by us without using it, commemorating it, preserving it, and using it to propel us forward.
30 years since the original Million Man March. Were you at that one?
I was not.
Okay.
I was 20, and I was not fully committed to the idea. I thought it was fascinating. I vacillated about going, not going, and then I let some of the chatter, land inside of me, and I made a decision not to go. So,
So what's different now for you?
well, I mean, obviously it's 30 years later, so I'm a completely different person. I mean, the last 5 years, how I got to this point is, leading an organization called Philly Truce, which Philly Truce is the the lead organizing organization. And just that moment of conception of Philly Truce was very organic in terms of I ran into a friend of mine that I went to high school with. It was 2020. Homicides were at 500. We remembered it was 500 when we was in high school, 30 years ago from that point in 1990. And we just saw that if no one intercedes or intervenes, there's no reason for these cycles to not repeat themselves. So I've lived. That's the difference.
What can we hope to see at this anniversary on October 26th?
So how it begins is we have rallying calls at 3 points of the city: north, south, and west. North is at Broad and Master, south is at Broad and Christian, west is at 30th and Market. Collectively, those mile point whatever walks form a 5K, so it's a shared 5K. This is continuing in a campaign we call the Year of Brotherly Action, which is our countdown for our community to 2026. And so that is step one. We want you to come out in your area. And then by 9:15 at the latest, we're going to step off. We're going to take this walk. We arrive at Love Park. And that's where we're going to put on stage our conception of, kind of like 30 years later and 300 years from now, right? Dr. James Peterson just this morning committed to host. WRD is committed to live broadcast. Many partners coming on every day. Councilmember Curtis Jones has just passed some pretty historic legislation around calling for hearings as to whether or not the city will establish essentially an Office of Freedmen Affairs, which is, short or a long way of saying investigating the feasibility of restarting Reconstruction, we could say, right? So there's many epic things happening that will be communicated, and the most essential is that we have tangible, what I like to call baby food action steps that people can walk away with. We've been up to Phoenix, and the lifers have some things they want communicated to the community. So everybody's chiming in, and what's going to happen that day is we're going to do our best to concentrate and funnel the best of ideas and innovations and innovators, and ask people to jump in where they, I ain't going to say where they feel comfortable, but where they feel called.
You mentioned what this maybe could look like 300 years from now. What do you want the legacy to be on Sunday, October 26th?
Well, I wanted to be the point at which we decided that, the next time 250 rolls around, we're not going to be in the shadows of Franklin and Jefferson, but maybe, Parker and Johnson and Jones and names not very different. I mean, due to how we came here, but there's absolutely no reason in my mind why we can't have our leaders right now make decisions to cast a shadow just as long as the one we've been living under, which we know is just not ideal for everyone.
All right, Mazi, how can people stay connected with you?
Go to phillytruce.com. That's where you can sign up for the march. You can donate. You can also join open community meetings that are held every Tuesday and Thursday until the march. They're at 7 p.m. All that is on the front page of phillytruce.com, and they can follow us on Instagram at phillytruce.
Thank you so much, Mazi.
Thank you.
All right. All right, up next we have a poet, Kim Russell. Kim, you were one of the earliest poets that participated with Love Now Media. Tell us about some of those earlier poems that you created for this media outlet.
One of the first, actually, it was a story. It was a short story. The first publication that I published with Love Now Media, but I didn't actually start as a writer. I actually started with helping Josh with like coordinating some events, because I showed up to an event intentionally wanting to tap back into my writing, and I saw that she was hosting something on Eventbrite, and I was like, okay, let me go to this event. And I mean, I've told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. So she just had the short story pamphlets like kind of on the bar, and they were just sitting there. So I was like, it needs to be presentable. So I just started kind of moving things around and setting it up, and she was like, who are you? Like, who are you? Because I didn't have time to do all of that, and I need somebody like you around. And then from there, she was just like, can you just do this and you could do this? And I'm like, yes, of course I can. But I'm like, when I finally got the opportunity to really have a conversation, I was like, I'm really interested in writing. She's like, oh, you write too? I'm like, yes. So I wrote my first short story.
So
it
tell
was
us what that short story was about.
I wish that I had actually brought it with me, because I do still have some of the pamphlets. But the short story was basically my way of tying in gentrification of my neighborhood with my first love. And I was basically telling the story of how my neighborhood was changing, but tying it with how my relationship was changing with my first love. And then it just turned into something that was unrecognizable. So that was the short story. It is published on the Love Now website, so if anybody wanted to check out that very first publication, it is published on there. So there's still opportunity to check it out, even though I didn't bring the pamphlets, but it's there.
Okay, so you went from short story to poetry. How did that happen?
Well, I was always a poet, and that was what I was coming to tap into mostly. I assumed that although there was writers there that was doing short stories and books and things of that nature, my passion and first love has always been poetry, but there was also opportunity for growth. So like, why can't I do more short stories, and why can't I, write articles and things of that nature? And that's what I love about Josh too, because she really just poured into me in that way. Like, hey, you know what? I want you to start considering yourself a journalist as well. Like, just, you're a journalist. Like, you're doing this and you're writing on a level of other people. So yeah.
So tell me more about just the impact of Love Now Media for you.
For me, well, I just love that that Love Now Media. I don't want to keep saying she. I don't want to keep calling Josh out, but I just love that Love Now Media just always poured into me as a writer. As I said, although I felt like poetry was my first love, there was no niche or no box that I had to be placed in here. So it was like sky's the limit. Even if I was assigned something, it was like, don't always feel like you have to wait for an assignment. Bring us something. What do you want to write about? What are you interested in? So I never felt like I had to be in a certain niche. It was always just open. I was never in the box with Love Now Media, and that's what I loved about it.
So I hear you saying like expression and creativity. What other things did you get to do with Love Now Media?
Yeah, like I said, like I did do some creative things as far as the events. So decorating, bringing things to life for a few of the events. But that was early on. I got to sit down with a lot of nice people when I was writing my articles, and a lot of times when I was assigned an article, it felt very much aligned with my interests or just other facets of myself. So that was always appreciated, and I got to meet a few people. I got to learn new things from people. So yeah, it just fed into me creative. I'm very like eclectic person when it comes to my crazy. I do a little bit of everything. So just being in a space where that was appreciated was always welcome.
Kim, can you tell us your favorite Love Now media memory?
My favorite, I don't know if I have. Well, you know what? One of the, it was a Valentine's event. And it was one of my favorites because not only was I a feature writer at that event, but one of my best friends who was also a singer, his name is Dominic Patrick, he was also at that event too, and neither one of us knew that we were featured on this event at the same time. So it was like just a really great outpouring of love to be doing this with like one of my best friends, and then also having just the Love Now Media supporting us through the whole thing. So I think that would be one of my favorite Love Now Media experiences and events.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Kim.
No problem.
I'm sitting with Carlo Campbell, who was one of the first out of Love Now Media as a journalist, as a writer, also an actor and poet. You do it all. What inspired you just to get connected with Love Now Media?
Well, Josh is an old friend. We OGs in these streets. And she's always been lovely person, always great energy, always somebody I felt a kindred to. So she made an announcement that she was starting something up. And, you know, I remember she kind of made the announcement a few times, and I think a lot of people didn't respond at first. I think it's, you know, like, I don't know, writing articles or being like that authority in a kind of way can be, I guess, a bit intimidating. Well, I mean, and this was years ago too. I guess now people feel a bit more cavalier to be wildly uninformed and just saying stuff.
Just opinionated.
But, yeah. But I mean, it was just a opportunity to help somebody that I loved, and it wasn't much to do. We were stuck in a crib. You know what I mean? The whole world came down with the
pandemic.
With the heebie-jeebies, you know what I mean? Yeah, so while we all had the diseases percolating in the atmosphere, I was sitting in the crib like, what to do? And she was like, hey. And I was like, yeah. So that's how it happened.
And you said yes. And
Absolutely.
What did you discover within yourself that this was possible?
Well, I mean, there's actually like a reason why I didn't do more articles. Kind of got like paralyzed. Like I really used to want to be a journalist. That's what I wanted to be when I was like little. I was like that little kid, you know, like you ever see Raw and Eddie Murphy, he'd be like, yo, they'd be like, oh, tell your joke. You know, they get the old folks around and put the kid on the spot. They used to put me on the spot in front of everybody. Say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be a news reporter. And that made everybody so giddy. I don't know why, but I guess very uncommon thing to say when you're like 3 or 4. But, you know, getting to do this was really like a lifetime goal. And the fact that bucket list, I guess you would say. And to see it garner so much attention and momentum and cultural capital is just a great feather in the cap of my soul. So it's cool.
That's beautiful. And this is also performance, because we're hearing from storytellers and all sorts of people expressing themselves in different mediums. So what is that intersection between journalism and like self-expression?
I think our soul wants to have something real happen to it or experience something real. And I think the journalist is adherent to the idea of holding the real accountable and what defines, drives, fuels what the real actually is, instead of letting the real become distended or, you know, disconnected from what actually is reality, you know, because I think that's what the journalist holds that into account, and then in turn it gives the artist or the dreamer more to work with, that's, you know, rooted, I guess. Like, if I said what I think I'm saying the right way, that I wanted to say what I wanted to say while I was thinking about saying it.
Yeah, I understand. So you did mention we're kind of in this space right now where there's a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion about something. It might be right or wrong or whatever. So what do you hope future generations kind of do with journalism and with self-expression?
Well, I want to touch on like love now. Like I'm not really interested in what everybody doing. Like I'm interested in what black people are doing. I mean, and not like I'm black, but nobody really care about us really. They say it, but they really don't do it. And the thing that makes me disappointed with what's going on right now, especially holding things into account, is that I think the last frontier is making us not love nothing. You know, we've been so able to love despite everything, and there's just these pointed attacks at our sensibility, our psyches, our sanity. And once we go monstrous, it's over for the globe. Once we give up our humanity, our ability to love now, because there won't be a later to love. And we be reminding people all the time that love is possible in the face of all these things. That's why I loved, you know, we would always mean like black spaces. You know what I mean? Not places where we putting on for this person or that person, because everybody act like it's all about everything until it's everything pop up, and then everybody get a little, they start adjusting and reconfiguring. And I just love being able to do that and watching this thing give opportunity to young black artists. And in turn, it's everybody's story, because if the black story don't get told, then every story's not getting told. So there's a lie of a story that's human being told. But when we get to have a space to be and a place to grow and a place to become somebody, see something, believe in something, and love something, and be able to love it now, it's a beautiful thing. And I was a part of that, so that's dope.
Love is possible. Thank you so much, Carlo.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. So much love is in the room. We're going to continue this love journey. Up next, we have Tonita.
My name is Tonita Austin. My stage name is Tony Love. I'm a poet today, but I'm also an accountant and a community organizer.
All that is super important. Do you have something to share with us today?
I do.
Okay. Did you want to do it here, or would you like to do it
Wherever
there?
you like me to
It's
do.
where you feel comfortable.
Okay. Did you say stand?
Stand.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a poem I wrote after the election for my people who are struggling with the emotions. It's called Where Do You Put It? Where do you put it? Where does the anger lie? How do you move it through your soul? Do you scream up into the constellations in the sky under a dark moonlit night? Stuff it down into your toes and dance the merengue until the muscles in your calves give way. Is it pushed up into your eyes, releasing tears that overflow? Or sideways to your fingertips, forcing a fistful of power? Which way does your anger go? Choose your power. Use your power. Don't let the emotion, pain, frustration, anger set in your soul too long. Let the tears flow. Let the exhale of the fire cleanse you. Breathe in the energy of a new day. Emotions you push out can sustain you. Let the strength of ancestral rage recycle them into a fire that can empower and inflame you. Put it where you want, but let it flow and let it go. Let it return to you tenfold and take flight with your recycled pain. Let it be your fuel to fly When it is time for you to rise again.
That was beautiful. That was powerful. One line that stood out to me was choose your power. So my question for you is, how do you navigate through those hard emotions and find healing through a tough situation?
I think the first thing is to acknowledge it. I think a lot of us are walking around not realizing what we're holding until it's too late and we end up in a hospital or we harm someone else. So I think taking the time to get grounded, like I have to sit down, have a cup of tea in the morning, maybe do meditation. Even if it's 5 minutes, it just helps me really center and know what is going on in my body and be able to ask myself, what is it that I need in the moment?
What do you do when it just feels relentless? Like, you do all the things. I did this. I prayed. I meditated. It's not working. Then what?
I scream. I beat up the pillow. I go for a walk. I cry. I talk to my therapist. A lot of times when I find I put enough space between my emotion and my faith, then good things will happen. If I don't instantly run out and just react to whatever I'm feeling, if I give it time to just be able to sit with it, then I'll be able to see that things are improving around me. And
so what role does your writing and your poetry play to get to that point?
I'm an emotional writer. I mean, usually something like this will come to me instantly because of how I'm feeling or what I'm seeing. You know, a friend of mine came to me who's a solo Black mother who said she didn't have time to breathe. And so instantly I thought I need to write something. So writing helps me release the feelings, that whether it's anger or love or heartbreak. A lot of my poetry is just very emotional based.
Is that how you choose your power?
Yes, my power is love. So if I'm loving myself, then I'm taking care of myself that way. I'm loving other people. Sometimes I'll write a poem for them to help them, to uplift them. But yes, that's how I take care of myself. One of the ways.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rounding out this segment is Derek, who will be performing a piece for us.
Holding on to the world as it spins around. Just don't let the spin get you down. Things are moving fast. Hold on tight and you will last. Keep your self-respect, your manly pride. Get yourself in gear, keep your stride. Never mind your fears. Brighter days will soon be here.
a song. And you'll keep going, going on. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Hey, just wait and see, someday we'll all be free. Oh, yes we will. Oh, yeah. Take it from me, someday you'll all be free. Oh, yes we will. Hey. I'll stand for this one. I'll try this. Move subtle so I can't miss relationships caught up in it. You're making it hard to forget your fragrance. I can taste it. Kisses so sweet, so contagious. I gotta be honest, the way you make me feel, you're giving me chills. Oh, I'll get it all just for you. And no matter the cause or the fall, I trust you. I want it all, you can come through, yeah. I'm risking my heart and at times I'm afraid to. We can do anything, anywhere, any way you want to. Love playlist, yeah. I'll go to the end and replay your favorites. We made it. Your body's a temple, let me praise it. Ooh, embrace this vibration. Reaching the stars, feeling different spaces. It's so amazing. Now you're taking me far, no more hiding, I'm yours. Oh, I'll get it all. Just for you, yeah. No matter the cause of the fall, I trust you. I want it all, you can come through. Oh, yeah. I'm risking my heart and at times I'm afraid to. I'll get it all just for you, baby. No matter the cause or the fall, I trust you. I want it all, you come through. I'm risking my heart, and at times I'm afraid to. We can do anything, anywhere, any way you want to. Gonna keep it going. I got something to say. This time you're all mine. No guessing games, no one to blame. Heading for the stars, ain't no stopping this charge. Here you can recharge. I believe in exchange. Two holes that ain't the same. Show me there's no need to explain. I wanna see how far you can get it for me, for me, yeah. Get it for me, for me, yeah. Get it for me. Get it for me. I'll stand in position while you switching, no glitching. You understood the mission. This what we've been missing. Real love, no intermission. I release all my inhibitions to be present in this transition. Present in this transition. No, 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 no. Get it for me. You gotta get it for. You gotta get it for. You gotta get it for me, yeah. Get it for me, yeah. Get it for me, yeah, yeah. Get it for me, get it for me. Get it for me, get it for me. Get it for me, get it for. 300 degrees, how you came round and you ain't know. I ain't been here before, glad we 60 on our knees, that's that new pond for you to grow. We ain't seen this before, so you gotta go and get it. For me, get it for me, get it for me.
Tell us why you sang that one today.
Well, Donny Hathaway, period. You know, is such a powerful voice and vocalist and black man in our ancestry, in our community. And his story is so special. And I've always wanted to sing his music, and the message behind it. I'm a freedom fighter, I'm a truth teller, and I think the messages from our soul ancestors are still very prevalent today. And I as myself am always open to be a vessel to reiterate those messages and to be able to share that song. You know, my intention for it today was to, you know, reach my men and my black men, especially because I feel like we can get a little lost in this world, and we can get confused, and we can get our pride, and you know, our pride can really take us to places that unground us. And so I just wanted to dedicate that song to the black men and the black men of Philadelphia especially, and know that, you know, we are a brotherhood, and that we care about each other, and I care about my people, I care about who I am, so I care about you. And it's like a little love note to know that, you know, let my brothers know that I'm here, I see you, and we can do a lot better for ourselves so that we can do a lot better for our community.
Amen. Well, you sang it so well.
Thank you.
And then you sang some other ones. Are those songs that you wrote? Those are originals?
Yes. So that last project, that was from my latest project, Taboo. And kind of to tie into the Donny Hathaway, I wrote that project after I had experienced some mental health issues, and I found out I'm a workaholic, you know, and stress got the best of me in 2020, and I ended up being hospitalized. And after that experience, you know, being an artist, I was like, I have to get this out of me. And yeah, so I wrote those songs from that project, and the first song I sang was called Pearls, and that was a dedication to reuniting with the love of my life, who is now my wife, and you know, us coming back together. And then, you know, after going, you know, the first relationship and things get rocky, and then you kind of like heartbreak gets the best of you, you know, you have fear. You have new fears, and I wrote that song to kind of like just be like, I don't care about the fear anymore. You know, I'm open, I'm willing. You can come through. We can do this again.
Let's love on each other.
Let's love on each other for real, inside and out, and be present and hold each other accountable. And, you know, do love the way that we feel. You know, not the way that love is projected or socialized or whatever, you know. That's what that song was about. And, you know, it's an ode to R&B. I love R&B. I'm an R&B artist. And, you know, to the passion and the pleading and the begging and the yearning for your lover, I feel has been a little bit absent in our music. So that's the presence that I wanted to present in that song.
It sounds like it's not just music. Putting out a song, but you really like are thinking deeply about the work, and it seems like it's very intentional.
Yes.
So how'd you get there?
Well, I'm still discovering.
Are you like healing as you're writing?
Yes. So
and
my
making
music.
this?
Yep. So I think great way to open that up. I went to Kappa, Creative and Performing Arts High School.
Here in Philadelphia?
Here in Philly, yep. From Philly, born and raised, uptown. And I went there as a vocalist, but I love music. As a kid, music always affected me. Anytime I listen to music, I get chills. You know, I'm deeply affected by what I hear and what I feel from the artist. So I wanted to do that growing up. I wanted to figure out how I can do that. And, you know, that led me to Kappa and studying vocal music. And I learned so much there. And when I was 17, I did my first project, and first independent project where I was writing what I felt. And I'm not really a open book per se about how I deeply feel. So my music was a great outlet for that, to express my feelings and how I felt. And yeah, so that's where the root of the music is from.
That's great. Where can we see you performing? What's next?
Right now, I'm working on another project. It's in the works. It's in its final stages. So you can look out for that. You can follow me on Instagram at Derek M. Walton, and, you know, stay up to date. My wife and I are part of a duo. We have a duo together, and we just released some music under our duo name, Don't Leak. So that's another venture, and you just stay up to date with me. You know, I do a lot in the music space and in the production space, and yeah, just stay tuned. You know, like opportunities like this just come, and I'm always here when they come. So.
And I also want to ask you, you know, this is a lot of like information sharing has been happening throughout this afternoon. So if an artist needs some like resources in Philadelphia, since you are a Philadelphian, where can they go?
Rec Philly is a great resource for artists. It's right on Market Street, right around here. And also, I would say that we have the internet. We have so many tools and mentors. You can reach out to me. You can come to me on my Instagram. You can DM me, email me. I'm always an open resource for people and artists as well. And yeah, just do your research. If you love it, dive into it, and you'll learn along the journey. Mentors will come, people will come. It'll be a little lonely at first, but people come, and then it'll get lonely again, and then people come. But just go on the journey. I advise all artists or anyone who feels passionate about anything to take that first step, and your support will follow.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing yourself on the stage.
Thank you.
And
Truly
with me.
my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Come on, Jazz.
Hello.
Well, Josh, you started this program. You started this whole thing. That's why we're all here, because of you. How are you feeling right now?
I feel fantastic. I think today is exactly what I imagined it to be. I really wanted to bring together a community of people, mostly from Philadelphia. We also have some people who've come in from out of town who have roots in Philadelphia. And I just wanted people to hear some of the stories, some of the artists' voices, the voices we've been amplifying, the voices we've been creating space for, hearing people like Carlos speak about just having the space to connect with other like-minded people, being paid for the work, having a space to process all that comes at us from day to day. You know, as most of you know, and I'm sure as most of the people watching know, we're in changing times. I'll say it like that. And so creating spaces for us to come together, to make our voices heard, to sing, to dance, to pour out, to frame, to feel, all of that is very important. And that's what we've been doing with Love Now Media for 9 years, but for 5 years with the news work we've been doing. And so it's just been beautiful to hear all of these stories and these incredible artists. Thank you all so much for what you've contributed. And I would like to, for those of you listening, we are streaming this live at lovenowmedia.com. It's also on YouTube at PhillyCam. But if you're on lovenowmedia.com, there's an opportunity to contribute to this work. You can make a donation. Hopefully, you'll be able to come down to the studio and get some merch in exchange for your contribution. We really want to be getting rid of all of the merchandise we've had, so you could rock your Lover brand, let people know that you're a person who puts love in action. So please make a donation, come down to the studio, pick up your merch, or just join us in the studio audience. We're going to take a 45-minute break. We'll be back at 4 with the artist Radiance. But please, during that 45 minutes, share the stream. Let somebody know what's going on today. This is our Loveathon. It's our Love Now Live finale, and we're so excited. So if you can get down here, please do. We got some chairs you can come and help to fill. You can see these incredible artists live, and you can meet the hosts. Which I want to thank you, Trinae. Trinae is going to wrap out as our host for this segment. We're going to bring back Soraya Nicole at 4. But Trinae, you've been phenomenal. Come through, new Oprah. As you were hosting today, I'm like, wow, what a great person to just, feel the people and really represent what we were working to do here today. So thank you so much for what you've given to us today. Thank you. So can we all give Trinae one more round of applause?
Thank you. I was just about to say that, because everybody was saying all these beautiful stories about you and just how you see them, and you're just so special to us here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, if you want to pour into the work we're doing at Love Now Media, go to lovenowmedia.com, and there's a donation tab down the bottom. This is our Loveathon. I think about when I used to watch the telethons back in the day. They would ask us for money until we just okay.
Right.
I don't really know how to do it that way, but I am making, doing the best I can now. So, go on, give what you can, but come and get some of this merch as well. Even if you got a little bit of money, we're going to give you some merch. So if you can get down to PhillyCam, which is at 699 Randstad Street in Philadelphia, we'd love for you to be a part of this day. We're going until 7:30 tonight. All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you at 4 p.m. And Soraya Nicole will be joining us as our host, and we'll be kicking off with Radiance. And also the performances will increase. We have twice the number of performing artists and more interviews on the way.